We're back. So we have to start again. The mtb.si live from Garda take 2 with Miguel Pina, the CEO of Mondraker. Welcome back.
Thanks again. Thanks again, I'm sorry.
And the question again, you're sitting on the airplane next to a guy who doesn't know anything about Mondraker bikes. How do you introduce your company?
Well, in a simple way, I could say that we try to produce mountain bikes in the best way that we understand, as best as possible, from a technical point of view, focus on product development, innovation, patents, all that kind of things that makes our bikes unique, or at least different than the others. But just a mountain bike brand company, it's all.
Okay. And you're not a hired, man-hunted manager from someplace. You've been here in the company even before you started the brand, right?
Yes. It's like that. We have really learned about the bike business, just making bad things that brings good things, more or less. And yeah, it's true that I started already more than 20 years ago, even with my own personal shop. After that, I started to work with a distributor company that is Team Bike. When we started, we were only 7 people, and from that Team Bike, from that distributor company, were Mondraker born, just 6-7 years later, and till now. I mean, we are now more than 100 people between both companies, but in Mondraker we are already 67 or 68 employees. Good number already. Anyway, still being a small company.
Okay. How do you pronounce Mondraker?
Well, that's there are some different point of view, but okay, we come from Spain. And we call Mondraker. That was the naming at the beginning, and we think that it makes more sense if we keep our roots, and we're still doing Mondraker.
It's not confusing anybody.
Yes, it's still confusing everybody. Mostly with the James Bond film, Mondraker, and it's not easy. But our really enthusiastic people and our blood people used to say Mondraker.
Okay. Just go ahead, ask questions if you want. We'll be online for some 10-15 minutes for sure. Miguel, so first when we heard of Mondraker, it was selling really generic Taiwanese Astro bikes. Really nothing special. There were other bikes in Europe looking just the same. And how did you move up from that to one of the most progressive, technologically progressive brands today?
Yeah, we need to recognize that was our starting point. As I was talking before, we started from a distributor company, a specialized cyclist distributor company. And we started the brand like a brand focused on a target price. Okay, we try to offer the same than the others in theory, but in a more affordable price point. Okay, and it's true. We started with some open molds with some Taiwanese suppliers. We started in that way because on that time there was not any kind of business plan behind or something like that. Just one friend and myself mainly started saying, okay, we are going to try. We are going to make some bikes, the bikes that we would like to ride. Okay, and the good point is that in that moment when the free ride movement started in Europe. For sure, the free ride movement started in British Columbia, Canada, or North US in the latest 90s. Okay, but arrived in Europe 2000, 2001. And we bore like a kind of the Spanish free ride brand. Okay, our brand was focused on target price, but was very gravity since the very first day. Okay, in our very first range there was 7 models, and 4 models were already full suspension and more gravity oriented, what we call enduro today, that in that time there was no name for that. I mean, our roots were clear since the beginning. The key point is that just 3 years later, we saw that with that kind of brand, we only can be a domestic brand for a Spanish market, and that was not our feeling, okay? Then we started to invest in key engineers, Cesar Rojo, key industrial designers. We started to invest in patents, in technology, in make the things in a different way as we really wanted to do it. We started in 2006, and 3 years later it arrived the first range with that kind of innovation, with the zero suspension system, with exclusive patent, with forward geometry a few years later. But it's true that we started March 26 to develop our exclusive and patented suspension system. And the first range was 2009. And from that point was when the brand started to be more international.
So your suspension was one key, and so the zero suspension, and then the forward geometry made the difference.
Our two most popular technologies, and these are the reasons why the people is buying our bikes, okay? Because we can say that at least our bikes works in a different way than the others. For sure, we think that works better, but at least works different.
Okay.
And that's something that the end consumer can test and can feel it, because everybody says, okay, the marketing of everybody says that they are unique, they technology, blah 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 blah. The good point is that when you lend a bike to one end consumer, he tests it and he can feel that the bike is different. Maybe they like more or less, but our bikes, you drive our bikes to handle our bikes in a different way, thanks to the forward geometry.
Many times when I talk to people about Mondraker bikes, they said, I'm sure they're good, but I hate the hump.
It's quite controversial. It's quite controversial. We are the new design language is trying to be the hump a bit softer. Softer, just a sign, not
tender hump.
Yeah. The good point that we don't want to lose is the front window. The front window is something really characteristic of our bikes, and that's something that is going to keep there. But the ham will be softer.
Let's go to downhill racing.
Okay, cool.
Last year, the World Championships, it was triple podium for Mondraker with Danny Hart, Laurie Greenland, and Florent Payet. Please admit that you were surprised too.
For sure. It was something amazing. We were just in the finish line watching the race in live, for sure. And one of our main industrial designers sent me a message when Florent was first or something like that.
He was in the hot seat. Yeah,
Florent was in the hot seat. Sent me a message saying, "You can imagine that we made first, second, and third," and said, "You are crazy." But it was really amazing. It was really amazing. I had a problem because believe me that as soon as Danny crossed the finish line, I started to cry, and I couldn't stop, believe me. And I never cry, and I am a man. I never cry. My wife phoned me, and she felt that I was crying, and she said, "Hey, come on. I've never seen you crying, never in my life. And now, with the bikes, you are crying? Come on." Yeah. No, it was amazing.
The triple podium and Dennis World Championships and the World Cup wins, does it sell Mondraker Summum downhill bikes?
Not really. I have to say that direct sales, okay, maybe a few for sure, but not really. It has been not a direct impact in sales. For sure, it has bring us more brand awareness, more visibility, more noise, some more opportunities for other distributors, other countries where we are not presented today. But direct sales, not really, I have to say. But
does it sell the brand in general?
Yes, that's for sure. It's like Formula One in the car business, okay? I don't really think that they sell more cars just because they have won a really specialized race. Okay, I think that it has been really important for the brand image and going one step ahead. But direct sales, so. At least not today. We will see. Maybe it starts.
But from Val di Sole, let's go back to Maribor 2009, the first World Cup victory for Mondraker with Fabien Barel.
That was really the one of the most important turning points in the Mondraker history, because as we were talking before, we started our new Mondraker era in 2006. The first range with most news was launched in 2009, and then we closed the cycle winning a World Cup race with the prototype of the Summum production bike of 2010.
Instant credibility.
We were able to win a World Cup race was Santa, Specialized, and ourselves. I mean, it gives you a nice credibility for sure.
So the most R&D probably comes from the downhill bikes, and the other bikes from that?
Yes. I know that is the typical thing that everybody says, that they use the competition for making the other bikes. But well, at least in our case, it works in a certain way. It works like that because our zero suspension system has the same basis and the same patent claims in all the range. Okay, and for sure the suspension system of a factor in a trial category is a kind of mini Summum optimized kinematics. Okay, then for sure we learn a lot about downhill, but maybe this is not the main reason. We really invest time and money and resources in downhill because we love it. That's the main reason. If you don't love it, you cannot do it. That's clear.
Lots of employees are coming from Gravity, from downhill racing.
Myself, I raced my first downhill in Spain in 1991. One of the first ones celebrated in Spain. I mean,
maybe we raced together in the 90s. Did you race Caprun?
No, Caprun. Okay. No. Some of our one of my employees, yes, that he had World Cup level. I had level for Spain and nothing else.
But your Gravity guys, and how do you look at your cross-country bikes, your e-bikes? You're not launching a road bike, right?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
Mountain bikes only.
Sorry, mountain bikes only. Yeah.
How do you look at cross-country and e-bikes?
Well, for us, still being a bit strange, a bit where all the resources that we are investing in cross-country, okay? Because we are so gravity or enduro or mountain oriented, okay? But for sure, it's racing and it's also nice, okay? The goal is that we think that we have a really good all mountain bikes, good enduro bikes, good downhill bikes, but we had some pending homework in cross country, okay? And we wanted to make the things in the same way that we have made with the downhill, okay? We want to develop the right product with the right people, with the right riders, tested in competition, and for that purpose we need a cross-country World Cup team. We have it now, and we are quite excited also with the podium full suspension bike that we are working on that. It will be ready sooner than later, earlier than
So that's the next thing in cross-country.
That's the next big thing that is going to arrive soon, quite soon.
But here at Garda, I hear you're launching something new, something special tomorrow night. Can you talk about it?
Well, my marketing guys will kill me, but kill me because but well, we can say that it's an important bike for us, but from the e-mountain bike world. Okay, you know that e-mountain bike world still being controversial for some countries and for some people. In fact, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, first time that I saw a e-mountain bike or an e-bike, I told to my guys, we never are going to see this one with Mondraker, never. And just 3 years later, changed my mind completely, because first the market is there, and these bikes are okay. These bikes offer a lot of fun. They are really fun bikes, and we came from the fun side of the mountain bike, okay, and we think that these bikes are going to make a lot of noise, are making a lot of noise in Middle Europe, but the trend is arriving to South Europe too, and our new bike that we are going to show tomorrow, it's a kind of dune carbon bike with a motor, with a pedal assistance, and it's
you said too much, they're going to kill you.
Till now.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks to you.
Thumbs up for the photo.
For sure.
Woo! Okay, thank
Thanks
you, and see you around Riva, Garda, and see you at the gravity and cross-country races and anywhere.
For sure, during the season. Thanks
Okay,
a lot.
cheers.
Bye bye. Ciao.
До свидания, mtb.si live.